They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Newton. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Carolina. Their big-bodied receiver, 77 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Finding time. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down. It's
a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Bridgewater now. Buying time to his left. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the 1st down.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It's a pickup of 14 there. And it'll be 1st down, Panthers. And now they're in the hurry-up.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Well, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find.
And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is...
There he goes left side. 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 68 yards. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on first and goal. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he falls over him. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
$12 yards to go on 3rd down. And again here, we'll see the Wildcat.
Here we go. 1-9.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
And that's incomplete. The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
It goes as a pickup of 23, and it'll be first down Vikings.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Second down, Bridgewater. Surveying the field. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And we're back now in Charlotte. Second down, 9 yards to go. Shipped together here from the D-line. To throw on second down is Newton. He's going to launch this thing way down. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Stewart on first down. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That's caught at the 1, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, and the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Vernon Butler able to drop him for a loss of 4. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And 4th down coming up.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater, pressure comes in, he's brought down, it's a Panther sack. Coney Ely, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. Tackle made by Emerson Griffin.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Give him 27 yards that time. And it'll give the Vikings a 1st down. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
He's got time in the pocket. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Bridgewater on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. This is Stewart again. And a short gain across. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And taken right on the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short. In there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And quickly, they get to the line. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Forced out to his left. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Well, even after all those now whistles come in, we're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. First down, Bridgewater. He's got time. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. His pass caught at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You've got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep him out of the end zone.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee.